Welcome back to Jersey Matters. You know, we hear a lot about GoFundMe. Most of the stories we hear are wonderful, almost like miracles, where people need something and they reach out to strangers and they really get a gift through GoFundMe. Unfortunately, that's not always the case, which brings us to Joe DiCamillo, a man who's here to share his story about a fundraiser to help really offset the medical costs for his mom, who's battling a brain injuries. Joe, hello.
Hi.
Hi. And first of all, tell me how's your mom doing?
She's doing as good as she can be. With the nature of a brain injury, unfortunately, is not linear in the recovery, so it's very difficult to predict how it's going to shake out ultimately. But she is in a rehabilitation center that specializes in brain injuries, and while she's currently still fully disabled, she is making very, very small amounts of progress.
So you went ahead and did what a lot of people do, which is set up a GoFundMe page, pretty easy to do, raised money. What happened next?
Well, I set the GoFundMe up, as a real kind of last-ditch emergency move to get any amount of money we can to help what's happening here. And it was honestly a small miracle. We got $15,000 in less than 3 months of a $50,000 goal. I was able to, at least with that money, would be able to at least cover just the lawyer fees, which are about $20,000 probably in total. So just around that amount of money would make a small difference to us. But unfortunately, they sent me an email explaining that because I had made the GoFundMe for somebody else that wasn't actually me, that I would need the beneficiary to fill out all of her bank account information and link it. And I thought that was a little inappropriate, considering my mother is disabled in a hospital bed and won't be able to link her bank account to this. So because of that miscommunication, they gave me only 30 days to sort that out, but it was already very, very close to that 30-day time period. And all the money actually ended up being automatically refunded back to everybody. So
you're getting emails, the money's being refunded, and your mom's bills obviously are...
Well, they're not stopping.
Yeah. So your story is you want people to learn from this, that in other words, there are... And they released a statement saying, they have actual government regulations that they have to follow and that they send out notices, that sort of thing. So what do you want people to know if they're setting up a GoFundMe page? What would be your advice there?
I think if you're in the position where you're doing a GoFundMe for a loved one, it's any capacity, it's usually a emergency situation, and clearly you're not going to have a lot of maybe the mental sharpness to run through all the fine print and everything when you're doing this. My advice would definitely be emailing them ahead of time, letting them know that you are not the beneficiary, but you are going to be withdrawing the money, so they don't put a hold on it. If I knew that, I would have sent them that email upon making the campaign, first thing. So I think really just knowing that you have to let them know that you're not the person. That would be my advice for anyone making a GoFundMe.
Yeah, because when people first heard about it, there is a wonderful side to it. But of course, we've seen some famous cases where there was a woman who feigned the fact that she had allegedly cancer. They figured out she didn't. Another one said her daughter had cancer. She didn't. And of course, here in New Jersey, the Johnny Bobbitt story has made international news at this point. And so there are a few fraud cases that we know they have to deal with. So I didn't know if you would you still advise people to go through GoFundMe, or would you say go another route?
Unfortunately, I don't know if there is another maybe widely recognized route. I would like there to be a different way to do this. I would like this to be more of a commonplace thing. I know Facebook now has a new donation feature that we did get some money in that way as well. I think when you're in a position that I'm in, when you have $6 million of medical debt and counting, you'll use whatever service or anything that you can to help out. And that's just what I had to do. So whatever you would have to do, I think you should do it. That's just part of the risk.
Yeah, and so right now you have the GoFundMe page and it's rebuilding?
Yes, we did relaunch it the very next day, and it's been about maybe 2 months now, and we do have $12,000 of it back, but that was through a lot of social media campaigning by myself and a lot of my friends and people in my network. But we do feel that our personal network as a family is kind of exhausted, and everybody that we know that wants to help has already helped out. So we're a little bit at a stalemate here, and the reality is that $50,000 is our goal. Even if we've reached our goal of $50,000, it won't even put a dent in what's happening.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We really want to see if maybe this campaign can get some legs and reach a wider audience of people, because I see a lot of miracles happen on the internet every day, from people getting a lot of help from strangers, and really the humanity of people coming out. So I've experienced an incredibly just high dose of that, but there's a lot more that needs to happen for my mom, so I'm not going to stop.
Thank you so much, Joe. And many prayers, obviously, for his mom, Marissa. And Jersey Matters continues right after this.